Here's my all Jolt squad from the Team Affinity bosses that I've been able to build by grinding Team Affinity. And today I'm going to be telling you the best, fastest, and most efficient way to grind Team Affinity. So the number one thing you're going to want to do is the start here moment, but you don't want to go to Team Affinity for that. What I did was going back to the main menu. We go down to moments, you go to Team Affinity or programs, and then Team Affinity, my journey, and you'll be able to do the moments here. You'll be able to do it faster here instead of having to go back to the menu and going back to the team. You can just do all 30 of the moments here from the main menu. But let's head back to Diamond Dynasty. That was tip number one, do the moments. Tip number two, after completing the moments, you're gonna see that you're gonna get a silver card for each and every single team. Completing that Momo will give you 5,000 Team Affinity points, and the goal is to get to 55,000 Team Affinity points. So you get the 5,000, you add that card to your squad. The reason why you want to add these cards to your lineup or bullpen is because there's going to be some PXP missions with those cards. So that Joe Kelly here for the Red Sox is going to be 2,000 PXP, and that gives you 10,000 Team Affinity points. Now, for hitters, it's only going to be 150 PXP. So after finishing those two steps, you will be here at 15,000 Team Affinity points, and that means only 40,000 left. Now, if you want to skip half of those points, you can do the collections. I haven't done a whole lot of collections. I've only done 3 of them, but one of the ones that I was able to complete was the White Sox because they are super cheap. Because they don't have a diamond, right? So what I did was I did all the Live Series collection. If you go to collection, that gives you an extra 20,000 Team Affinity points. That gives you a huge boost in the Team Affinity progress. I understand you can't do it with every single team. I cannot do it with every single team, but be smart and maybe invest a little. You got the White Sox, Giants, Washington Nationals. You got the A's. Those collections don't even have a diamond, so you don't even have to spend a whole lot. Doing the Live Series collection will definitely help, and you'll be able to skip a lot more of the quick impact missions that we're going to talk about right now. So let's say you are not able to do the Live Series collection. You won't be able to do the Live Series collection for a bunch of teams, but our goal is to get to the 25,000, right? So the number one thing I think you can do with the quick impact missions is going to be the stolen bases. All you need is 3 stolen bases. It's going to be extremely easy because you're going to be playing mini seasons and conquest. The reason why you want to play mini seasons and conquest, especially mini seasons, you can select the difficulty that you're going to be playing the computer on. Usually rookie or veteran, it's going to be more than enough. And you can get the stolen bases with like players with 50 and 60 speed. And it's going to be super easy to get 3 stolen bases. So if you complete the stolen bases, that will put you at 20,000. And all we will need is 5,000 to get that 25,000 gold player right here. In this case, it's going to be Joan Moncada. So you need technically 1 more mission. And while you're playing mini seasons or conquest, all you need is 3 games. And it's going to be for the wins. I didn't even do it with the White Sox because I completed the Live Series collection, but 3 wins with the White Sox will give you another 5,000 Team Affinity points to get that gold card. Once you get that gold card, you will need to do the PXP missions. As you can see, Tops Now Moncada is going to be 300 PXP missions for an extra 10,000 Team Affinity points. But one thing I did was not fill a lineup full of White Sox. I was doing 2, 3, and sometimes 4 different teams at once. I'm going to show you the lineup that I'm using right now for the last few Team Affinities that I'm working on. Here you can see the lineup. I'm using some Braves, some Rangers, and some Royals. I'm working on a bunch of them because it's early in the year. I don't have all of the collections done, and I'm not trying to do a whole lineup with Royals and use some bronze cards that it's just only going to put me back. Like, yeah, I might get a hit or two, a double or two, maybe even a stolen base. But we need home runs. We need doubles. We need a ton of hits. I'd rather use 3 or 4 golds, diamonds. I mean, I'm using Bobby Witt here, but he's still good. He's an outlier. But I'd rather use the good cards to get those missions done quickly. But going back to the progress, we're going to go to Team Affinity back. Here, you're going to be focusing on the wins. And the reason why you can focus on the wins is just going to be 3 inning games. And 3 wins means 5,000 Team Affinity points. So you can pitch the first inning with a Red Sox player, and once you got the lead, he'll be in line for the win. And because I'm working on 2, 3, and sometimes 4 different teams at once, I will use the bullpen arms for the other team, so I can start working on the innings and the strikeouts for those other teams. Now, the key here is that 3 wins will give you 5,000 Team Affinity points, but if we go to on the rise missions, 5 wins will give you 10,000 Team Affinity points, and that is a huge boost. So if we add those, let's say we did the start here, that's 5,000. Let's say you did the PXP with veteran Kelly, that's 15,000. Going to the quick missions, you guys did the stolen bases, that's 20, and then the wins is gonna be 25. You go back to PXP missions, you do the 10,000 with the gold version, that's gonna be 35K. All you need is 20 right now. Do the collections, you're done. But because you do need 20, you will be able to skip 2 from here. If you were able to do the 5 wins, then you'll be able to skip 3 or 4. But you can just play the game. You will be able to see once you're closer which one you'll be able to skip. For some teams, I skipped the doubles. For other teams, I skipped the home runs. For other teams, I skipped the hits. It depends on how I was playing with the teams. But you always have to keep tabs of the progress that you're doing, even during the game. Like, for example, I would go into the game. I know I need 3 doubles. And if I got 3 doubles with Red Sox players, I took them out. I had the bench ready for the next team or for whatever. I'm always working on something. I'm not having the players in the lineup just to have them in the lineup. So the bench spots for me, I was using for the following team that I'm going to be grinding. And this one is extremely important because you do have to keep tabs. You don't want to get lost. Sometimes after the game, back out, make sure where you're at, take notes, use your phone, use the notes, but keep track of everything that you're doing so you don't fall behind. You don't waste any time. We're trying to work smarter, not harder. But that's kind of like what I've been doing. And honestly, it works for me. Working on 2, 3, and 4 teams at once was a huge difference for me. Instead of just focusing on one and having to use bronzes and silvers, it just wasn't cutting it, especially in mini seasons and in Conquest, especially Conquest. You're going to be playing on the road in major league stadiums. The ball doesn't fly. This is not Costco or old Shieldwoods. So the ball doesn't fly. You might not hit as many home runs as you would think or you would like. So yeah, feel free to use power, by the way. Use power when playing on rookie and veteran. It'll make a difference. But grinding mini seasons and Conquest helped me out a ton on basically everything. Like if you look at the programs, I was able to finish the first inning XP path. I just got my second boss, because if you look at it, there's a ton of XP. I finished basically all of the Conquests. There's a ton of XP, a ton of stubs. There's also a ton of packs. I was able to pull Ronald Acuna. Francisco Lindor this morning. Like this is the way to go. You don't necessarily want to go online to grind Team Affinity. If you're focusing on Team Affinity, you want to do it offline, because online you won't hit as much. You have less control over it, and you don't want to go online and play with some silver cards or bronze cards. But here to show you that I did all of this by just completing 3 of the collections. There you have it. I only have 3. All the other ones have been a grind. I'm going to start grind. I'm going to do maybe another collection or 2 to help me out with the last few teams that I have left, because it is nice and it's only an investment where I'm working towards the collection anyways. I want Beltran, and you should too. But that will do it for me. If you enjoyed the video or learned something, drop a like and subscribe to the channel for more MLB The Show 25 content. But until next time, I'm out.